And now that this is being brought, the clamor is not against the bill. The clamor is against that interest which is going to get compromised hereafter.
You are the protectors of paper leak mafia.
Yes.
This will not go on record. The running commentaries will not go on record. Only the minister's speech will go on record.
The government's intention is evident from the fact that
you can speak everything when your
leak was reported.
When you are going to speak, when your turn is coming, why you are giving running commentary, please? Minister, please.
Yes. No, I don't get disturbed. In fact, I feel complimented. That means it is touching the right chord. सही जगह पे निशाने पे तीर लग रहा है. कि मैं ये स्मरण कराने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि 33 साल तक जो ये काम ना कर सके वो आज अंजाम होने जा रहा है. लेकिन मुझे यकीन है इस देश में कुछ ऐसे भी कुछ बुद्धिजीवी थिंकर होंगे जो इसका भी आकलन करेंगे कि 33 साल वो क्या कारण थे जिस कारण से ये नेशनल टेस्टिंग एजेंसी स्थापित ना की गई. वो कौन से वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट थे, वो कौन से मैनेजमेंट कोटा थे कॉलेजों के. And as far as the recent case is concerned, immediately it was handed over to the CBI. It is being followed as per the Prevention of Unfair Means. And day 4 yesterday, the charge sheet was filed. And I'm glad to share that from yesterday, the trial has begun. As per this new law, the investigation will be complete in 2 months, followed by trial in 3 months, 5 mahine. We did not allow indefinitely running trials, which was happening in the earlier governments. अगर कहीं मजबूरी में कोई केस दायर करना भी पड़ता तो it was more of an exit route or face saving, with the firm belief that you will never come to the conclusion. मैं उसका भी बताऊंगा, but I'll speak elaborately during reply. What he is saying is, I thought Jairam ji is a very well-read person, but possibly he has not read the news report in full. Mukhia was never implicated in 2026 case. A. He was also not implicated in 2024 leak. While rounding up, मैं आपने पढ़ी नहीं खबर. While rounding up, since he was a known scamster in Bihar for paper leak, so when they were rounding up the suspects, he was also taken in. But per se in this case, he was not involved. And that is the report. I thought you read more than me. But today I am glad that I read more than Jairam ji. Anyway, so sir, without wasting time then, because we have to go in for discussion, a number of speakers, and finally we'll also have the concluding remarks. Just to spell out briefly in 5 minutes these important provisions that are being brought in, just to recall of the fellow speakers as well. In the earlier bill of 2024, we had the subsection 1 of section 10, where a person or persons involved were subject to 3 to 5 years of imprisonment and a fine up to 10 lakh. This has been increased to imprisonment of 5 to 10 years and a fine up to 50 lakh. As far as the service provider is concerned, now if Jairam ji has not read that, I will read out. What is the definition of service provider? क्योंकि आप ही बार बार टोक रहे हैं और कह रहे हैं आपको ज्यादा. Service provider means any agency, any organization, any body, any association of persons, any business entity, any company, any partnership or single proprietorship, any sub-associates, any subcontractors, any provider of support, of any computer resource or any material, by whatever name it may be called, which is engaged by the Public Examination Authority for the conduct of public examination. So this was a definition given in 24 itself, but just to recall. Now, in 24, the penalty laid down was fine up to ₹1 crore and barring them from conducting an exam for 4 years. This fine is now being increased to 5 years, and the concerned would not be allowed to conduct an exam instead of 4 years for as long as 8 years. Subsection 3 of Section 10, Director or Senior Management in connivance. Imprisonment earlier was 3 to 10 years in 24, now it is being increased to 5 to 10 years. Fine was up to 1 crore, it is now being increased to 5 crore. And organized crime, the mafias, which sometimes prompt us to oppose the bill. Mafia is a larger nexus. It could involve persons from the business community, persons from the crime world, and persons from public life also sometimes, unfortunately. And the echo buzzes all around. And for this organized crime committers, the imprisonment earlier was 5 to 10 years. It is being increased to 7 to 10 years. And fine was earlier not less than 1 crore. It is now being increased to 10 crore. And most importantly, there is a provision of special fast-track court, so that the powers that be do not find an exit in filing a case, sleeping over it, and allowing the same malice to continue as was happening before 2014. The Special Task Force, this is a new provision involved, and therefore, in the Act, we are adding Section 12A, a new section. The investigation could be conducted by a police officer, could be conducted by a central agency, if the government chooses to refer, as has been done in the current case, and also by a special task force, namely the STF. And the investigation will have to be completed within a period of 2 months, followed by trial within a period of 3 months, so that the special fast-track court will be able to exclusively deal with this. The special prosecutors will be nominated or appointed in consultation with the concerned High Court, and on justifiable grounds alone, the appeal provision is laid down, not in normal cases, that too to the double bench of the High Court. And beyond 30 days, unless the High Court is satisfied, it would not be possible to file an appeal, and in no case beyond 90 days. Now, may I also add over here that in the course of these few days when the bill was in process, it was being put up in Lok Sabha, it was being taken up in the discussion, the action has simultaneously started. We requested the Ministry of Law, and I'm glad the Department of Justice has already set up 6 special fast-track courts in this country. More are in the making. One of them is Delhi, where the trial has started yesterday in the current case. The other one is Mumbai, then in Calcutta or Kolkata, 4th or Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Uttarakhand, and more are incoming.